He's unified now. Let's see him become undisputed. Yeah. Good job.
Are you proud of the way Xander performed?
See him unified. Let's see him. No, I give him props. Heart of a champion. He showed, and his team was, they made the decision.
I mean, I'm really surprised with Xander's, heart that he has. I haven't seen somebody go down like that and come back. He really wanted this fight. I got to give it to the kid.
Nothing changed. I wanted Boots to go to the body more, you know what I mean, and use his jab more. But he was setting a lot of shots up, too. You see the shots he was hitting with, you know what I mean?
This victory was about much more than Boots getting the win. It was the way he proved his level inside the ring. Before the fight, many fans questioned if Xander was truly prepared, if Boots had weaknesses, and if the contest would be more competitive than expected. But once Boots settled into the fight, the gap between them became obvious. His speed, strength, pressure, and perfect timing all worked together. That knockout reminded everyone why many still believe Boots is among the most dangerous boxers in the sport.
Sanders surprised me. It was a blowout, but I got to give it to Sanders, you know what I'm saying? I think that Sanders should have waited a little bit longer, get more experience, and.
Teofimo Lopez viewed the fight as a powerful performance from Boots. He believed Boots displayed outstanding speed, sharp timing, real power, and the skill to bring everything together when it counted most. At the same time, Teofimo also felt Xander deserved praise for taking so much punishment while continuing to fight back. That balance is what made the reactions to this fight so interesting.
When you go up and you fight a guy who's been there for 10 years, those are the guys who give you a hard fight because the Nash is bigger and stronger.
Boots left the ring looking like a true pound-for-pound contender. However, Xander did not lose the respect of boxing fans. Even though he was defeated, he showed courage, and fighters understand how important that is when a young boxer steps into a challenge at such a dangerous level.
I see things, though, that I think other champions in that weight class or contenders could capitalize. I'm not there yet. I'm at 147. We'll go from there. But for anybody at 154, I hope they saw what I saw tonight.
So you feel that maybe Boots was a little vulnerable when you say that?
I'll let the guys at that weight class answer that.
Well, like say you're giving advice to a Virgil or a Fundora, like what?
Well, let's see.
After that, Teofimo Lopez Sr. shared his thoughts, and many people were surprised by how much support he showed for Xander Zayas. Rather than talking only about Boots earning the stoppage, Teofimo Sr. focused on what Xander proved during one of the toughest moments of his career.
Just how proud of you was Xander, brother. You put up a tremendous
I'm so proud of him, man. He showed a lot of grit, heart of a champion. But I think the main thing I loved about Xander is that he literally got the experience. He's got it down packed. When he got hurt, he was bouncing and jumping around, like moving around his legs, waking him up. But hey, it happens.
He showed tremendous heart, right? He kept getting up. Over. It was even stopped by that. I wonder it wasn't even him.
Yeah. No, but hey, you know what? That's boxing for you, but he shows that he's willing to go all.
He believed he was watching a young boxer who accepted a huge challenge, absorbed heavy shots, yet never stopped trying to respond. In his opinion, moments like this can help a fighter grow stronger if he learns from the experience instead of allowing it to damage his confidence.
Early, but if you got to give it to Sanders, you got to give it to him, man. He got the heart of a lion, and he'll be back.
I know you said, it was too early, but I mean, he did get up from the knockdowns. It seemed like he had Boots hurt, like in the third, fourth there. I mean, did you think maybe...
I was surprised they let the fight go that long, because I was really concerned about him getting hurt like that. But that's boxing, Their corner decided to let him out. Thank God, I hope he's okay. And there was times there that he could have turned it around. But, I mean, tonight, it was.
Later, Teofimo Lopez Sr. was asked about the possibility of Boots facing Virgil Ortiz in the future. And this was the response he gave.
I don't know if you can take, man, he had problems a lot of problems he had, like in the third round, was it, right? When Xander was coming back, he hurt him. And it took him about a round to come back, for Boots to come back. And I think that was a round that Sanders could have won, It would have been enough.
Meanwhile, Adrian Broner criticized Xander Zayas after it looked like he gave up against Jaron Ennis, making the reaction after the fight even tougher. Broner questioned Xander's toughness, determination, and ability to deal with pressure once the fight started slipping away. To Broner, quitting during a difficult moment is something fighters are remembered for, especially when the entire boxing world.
See, Boots fans were like, they were like scared for a while, you know?
So what do you think he did wrong? Why do you think he couldn't like?
I think that Boots had more speed timing and the leaning in after Sanders would throw in the combinations, he would leave his face out there. And that hurt him a lot. It hurt him a lot.
One more question for you. I know a lot of people are talking about Boots right now. But Virgil, what you gonna do? Do you think if it was Virgil in the ring tonight, you think?
It's a very dangerous fight for Boots. We saw tonight, you know, Sanders hurt him in the third round, and Boots was in big trouble. I think Virgil got more power than Sanders, so that's a very scary.
Oscar de la Hoya also reacted to Jaron Ennis' knockout victory over Xander Zayas, and his comments quickly shifted toward what he believes should be the biggest fight in boxing. After Boots delivered such an impressive performance, the focus could no longer stay only on Xander. A knockout like that naturally made people think about what comes next, and Oscar wasted no time discussing the bigger picture. In his view, Boots is no longer simply a talented boxer waiting for recognition. He has become one of the fighters fans now want to see tested against the very best.
You only got a 3 knockdown rule for championship fighters? Hey.
He quit. Hey. He quit. He quit. He quit. He said yeah. He said yeah. He quit. He quit, bro.
You only got a 3 knockdown rule though?
That one no 3 hour. He quit. He said you done. He said yeah, I'm done. He quit. I don't respect it, nigga. Feel me. Me.
Nah, for real.
Me.
You really fit on that. Just kind of money bar.
On me. Let's go.
At the same time, Boozy also gave Xander plenty of credit because he never stepped into the ring with fear. He accepted the challenge, stayed in the fight, and continued trying to answer back even as Boots kept increasing the pressure. Stay right there because every time you stayed there, you landed a clean shot. Xander grabbed him and held him. You never saw Boots trying to hold him. Instead, he fought his way out. You saw what he was doing with the jab and how many times he was landing it. He has that ability, but he truly loves to fight. That is exactly why people come to watch him. He gave the fans a great show, and that is what boxing is all about.
Ennis, what a great fight. You are a machine. Zayas, a little inexperienced, but you will be back. You're a great fighter. Let's make the biggest fight in boxing today. Virgil Ortiz, Boots Ennis, let's go.
Then Danny Garcia gave his thoughts, speaking from the experience of someone who has been involved in major fights himself. His reaction was not focused only on the knockout. He saw Boots as a fighter who proved his class by staying disciplined, applying constant pressure, and closing the fight in impressive fashion. Boots did more than simply win the contest. He reminded everyone why so many people consider him one of the most dangerous fighters in boxing today.
Did it the first round, but you know, he gets in there and like to play around a little bit. I'll get on him sometime about playing around like that.
And then that third round, it seemed like Xander had a lot of success. Man, I don't know if
Y'all better look at them tapes again. Y'all talking a lot of success. They hit him like 2 or 3 times. Yeah.
Did your instructions change after?
Danny also made it clear that Xander Zayas deserved plenty of respect. He accepted a very difficult challenge, stayed in the fight, and continued showing courage even after the momentum had completely shifted against him.
Stay there, because every time you stay there, you hit him with a good shot. Xander grabs him. He holds him. You don't see Boots doing the hold. You see he been outboxing him too. You saw what he's doing. When he was jabbing, how many jabs he was hitting with? You know what I mean? 10 seconds. He can do that. But he loves to fight. That's why these people come to see, man. He put on the show, man. You know what I mean? That's why they come to...
Virgil Ortiz Jr. then shared one of the strongest reactions after the fight. He posted, "Xander, after that last knockdown you looked straight at your corner. You performed better than I expected, but you're a quitter. I can't believe what I just watched. Lamont Roach Jr. also reacted with a short message that made Boots Ennis seem even more dangerous after the stoppage. He wrote, "Tried telling everyone Boots was built different. Nobody wanted to believe me." He later added, "Now that's what you call a real fight. Good night for boxing." Not everyone criticized Xander, though. Ryan Garcia took a more respectful approach and praised both fighters. He posted, "Congratulations, Boots. Xander showed tremendous heart. Hats off to both men." Jake Paul also defended Xander, saying boxing needs more fighters like him because at only 23 years old he dared to chase greatness. Although he lost the fight, he gained many new supporters and will return stronger. Chad Johnson congratulated Boots on an outstanding performance while also saluting Xander for taking the risk that many fighters would avoid. He said that even in defeat, Xander gave boxing exactly what it has been missing. Meanwhile, Andre Berto expressed concern about the punishment Xander absorbed against Jaron Ennis. He posted, "A beating like that can take a lot out of a young fighter. Xander may never be exactly the same." Claressa Shields offered a more understanding opinion. She wrote, "Xander is a great kid. I've met him before. I think this fight happened too early, but he fought his heart out." Her comments added another side to the conversation. While others called Xander a quitter or worried about the damage he took, Claressa believed the timing was simply too soon while still praising his effort. She later added, "What a beautiful stoppage by Jaron Ennis. Congratulations." As mentioned earlier, Xander's reputation may actually improve because he showed both skill and heart. Andre Ward also reacted, saying it was a great fight with exciting exchanges, but Boots was simply on another level. He added that there was nothing weak about Xander and hopes he becomes a world champion in the future. Rick Glazer called the fight an exciting beatdown despite the 7th round stoppage. He praised Xander's courage, pointed out several entertaining exchanges, and mentioned that Boots' chin looked slightly vulnerable at times. His comments added another layer to the discussion. Although Boots dominated, some people may now question how well he handles big shots. Wade Plemons also summed up the feelings of many fans by calling Boots' performance a technical and surgical beatdown. He praised Boots for looking special while also reminding everyone that Xander was extremely tough, even hurting Boots in the 3rd round before eventually being stopped. Wade believed the biggest difference was that Boots operated on a completely different level. Nagy also praised Boots for proving he was the superior fighter with his speed and angles, but he noticed a few things that could make a future fight against Virgil Ortiz much more competitive. His opinion matched the growing conversation after the fight. While Boots clearly outclassed Xander, some felt Virgil's size and strength could create different problems. Even FLTV reacted by saying Boots did not just earn another victory but announced himself as a true pound-for-pound star. They praised his dominant performance while giving Xander full credit for surviving until the 7th round with incredible toughness and heart. They also predicted Xander could become a star at middleweight. Shakur Stevenson shared a balanced opinion as well. He congratulated Boots for putting everything together to score the knockout while also praising Xander for his determination and bravery throughout the fight. Finally, Wade Plemons reacted live during the Boots Ennis vs. Xander Zayas watch party. At first, many expected a close contest that would test Xander's abilities on the big stage. However, once Boots settled into his rhythm, the fight became increasingly one-sided. Wade watched Boots take complete control with his speed, movement, power, and sharp combinations, while still giving Xander respect for continuing to fight back despite absorbing heavy punishment.
Fight consistently southpaw. I mean, it seems like every young fighter now is doing this where they're fighting out of both stances. I think someone said I've never seen him get hit this much. I think part of that's because he's trying to fight southpaw here for whatever reason. But he's going to work to the body. It's not like he's not knowing how to fight out of southpaw, but they must have thought, okay, we can just bang this straight left hand down the pipe all night, and he definitely is. He's this dude up. Holy. For 154, I know he walks around at like 180, but even like looking at him on the walkout, that's a big dude, bro. I saw Xander at the Caribe in Orlando when I was still doing stuff for MVP, and I was like, man, this guy's huge. And I was like 250.